Hartford Center for the Arts is not only bringing great shows to Connecticut, we're taking our productions all across the country.
Find out more Sunday night at 11:35 on Connecticut Business Today.
Coming right up on Connecticut Business Today, we'll visit Stamford Center for the Arts, where they're not only bringing great shows to Connecticut, they're producing their own shows and taking them out all over the country. Then we'll tour Jensen's Hillcrest in Uncasville and see how active folks 55 and over are living the good life at Connecticut's premier residential community. See how Foot Solutions in Orange uses today's most advanced computer technology and the knowledge of proper fitting footwear to help alleviate your foot pains. Learn how a stair glide from Pelton's will keep your loved ones safe and independent at home. And purchase quality fireplace door enclosures, screens, and accessories at factory direct prices from Fireguard. All coming up next on Connecticut Business Today.
You won't want to miss the Stamford Center for the Arts new season with the new Palace Theater featuring Broadway shows and concerts. And this year, the Stamford Center for the Arts is producing their own shows at the Rich Forum, which will then go out on the road. The enchantment begins here.
I often say performing arts centers, like the Stamford Center for the Arts, are the town green of communities. It's the cultural gathering spot for everyone in the community. It's a wonderful place to create the cultural menu to come together because so many of those places don't exist anymore. We as a nonprofit organization occupy a very special niche as an economic engine, not just for Stamford, but for Fairfield County, indeed for all of Connecticut. We are Connecticut's premier performing arts center.
The Palace Theater was built in 1927 and needed to be updated so it had state-of-the-art facilities to serve the whole community. Number one, we enlarged the stage house so that it could accommodate today's traveling Broadway shows, and we expect a great season of traveling shows this year. Number two, we increased the size and the space available for community events in the lobby area, and it is becoming a place for people to gather. Number three, we had a black box theater installed for the first time in the basement, and while accomplishing all of that, we preserved many of the historic architectural features like the facade and the interior of the house. It's truly an asset for the community. About 20 years ago, three of Stamford's leading corporations, Champion International, Pitney Bowes, and the F.D. Rich Company, led primarily by Frank D. Rich Jr., who was a visionary in terms of reconstructing the downtown area of Stamford, decided that the performing arts could serve as both a cultural mecca for the region and provide an economic development engine for the city of Stamford. And they were right.
You seem to have quite a program devoted to young children. Could you tell us a little bit about the Balanchine production?
Interestingly enough, that was our first production geared to children. 20 years ago, the Balanchine Foundation licensed the first non-New York City Ballet production of The Nutcracker to Stamford Center for the Arts. For the past 20 years, we've been celebrating that production, the quintessential Nutcracker, if you will. Hundreds of local children have performed in that production, and literally thousands upon tens of thousands of families have been able to see it over the past 20 years. But that was just the start. This year, we're actually inaugurating a brand new production of Babes in Toyland in Rich Forum to complement our 20-year-old Nutcracker. We are creating a Broadway-style musical for families and children in the Babes in Toyland tradition. But what's even more exciting for me is after 20 years of being here at Stamford Center for the Arts, we're finally producing our own shows. We'll be producing plays like Expectations and our Fringe Festival of New American Plays. We'll be producing another musical called The Fantastics, as well as our own version of It's a Wonderful Life, produced especially for a radio audience. We're hoping to broadcast it, but the audience will come in and watch an old-time radio show of It's a Wonderful Life.
The Center for the Arts is important to both the community and corporations in particular because it really helps build better people. Talented, engaged people are really the drivers of success in today's competitive global marketplace. When Pitney Bowes joined with the visionary F.D. Rich Company and Champion over 20 years ago to found the center, we were looking to build people on really three levels. The first level is that the center really helps improve the quality of life. And with a better quality of life, we can attract and retain the people that we need. The second level is that it helps continue to develop people. So we think we get better managers just because they come to performances and volunteer with the center. And finally, we feel that by investing in making the center as inclusive to all communities as possible, that it rounds out the education of the next generation of leaders. So at the end of the day, it's a win-win for both the community, the corporation, and the individuals, because the Stanford Center for the Arts is here.
Building on the original vision, we're going to become something even greater. Not only do we present the great artists from all around the world, but we actually produce shows here in Stanford, put them together, and we'll take them out to the rest of the world. That's so unique and different about Stanford, different from everybody else in the country. For more information, visit telecharge.com or call 1-800-233-3123.
At the Connecticut Humane Society, we realize that during these tough economic times, owning a pet and the responsibilities that go along with that can be very challenging.
You have to feed your pet and take your pet to a doctor on a regular basis. You have to give them lots of love.
Oh, that's right, Julia. That's why here at the Connecticut Humane Society and the Fox Clinic, we're ready to help. If you think you need to find a new loving home for your dog or cat, please contact the Connecticut Humane Society.
Make shelter adoption your first option.
Visit cthumane.org. We're back at the Bushnell Center for the Performing Arts in Hartford. We're very excited to be one of the first to give you an up-close look at the new building. Plus, there's someone new I'd like to introduce you to. For 70 years, the Bushnell's been the center for the performing arts in the Hartford area. There's no place like the Bushnell to experience memorable performances, inspiring theater, dance, concerts, and community events. But something new is going on at the Bushnell, something very exciting. Let's take a look.
I think that the new center is going to mean a lot to this community. For 71 years, the community has had a 2,800-seat hall, and the opera, the symphony, dance has experienced the artistic endeavor here in this hall for all those years. With a new 918-seat theater, a wider variety of kinds of activities can occur, not only those that are presented by our traditional users and by ourselves, but by other new organizations that we'll be able to house here at the Bushnell. The additional space is also going to allow us to address new markets with new programming. This includes jazz, it includes world stage, ethnic programming that we really have not been able to address. Educational programs, bringing young audiences into a theater that is sized appropriately for many, many programs that we're very excited about having on our calendar for the coming year.
The Partners Program is a nationally recognized program that focuses on literacy and language arts. We go into classrooms in 21 school districts right now, and we have children participate with artists to encourage them to begin to read and to continue to develop their reading and writing skills. The program allows children to come to the Bushnell to see performances here on stage. We've had many stories being told to us by teachers and parents of how the Partners Program has affected their children positively, encouraging them to read, and we hope that this effect will continue to make them patrons of the arts for life.
I love to act, I love to sing, I love to dance, I love to do all that stuff, because musical theater is just my favorite thing, and that's why I love the Bushnell. I think the Bushnell really puts an impact on you because it really gives you a lot of feelings and emotion, and I love to go home and talk to my parents about all this wonderful stuff that happens in the shows, and it's really fun, and I love the Bushnell.
I think theater has an intimacy that you don't find in TV and movies, and it makes them really get into the story and deal with the issues.
The Bushnell has a huge, wonderful reputation nationwide. I've known about the Bushnell my entire professional career. To have the opportunity to come here now and take the experience that I've had over 20, 25 years and put it all together into one job in one place in a great community like Hartford is extremely exciting. But an organization that wants to do even better, that wants to go one step more. And that's the challenge that's set out for me, and I am thrilled to be here and be a part of that. As we move into the fall, we're really looking forward to a season of celebration. We really are looking at having a place where families can come and enjoy a wide range of performing arts experiences. We have the symphony doing holiday concerts. We have the Nutcracker in here in the big hall. In small hall, we have the Hartford stage in with the Christmas Carol. A place where everybody in the family can come and find something to enjoy.